are welcome on the program. Remember to like our Facebook page and our YouTube channel and be the first to see as it happens. Watching TV on the go. Sly Media TV. Building bridges.
Hello viewers, my name is Dog Vikela and you're watching Sly Media TV. This is 2018, the year for the harmonized general elections in Zimbabwe. The year the excitement is shooting over the roof. This political party saying we've got it in the bag. This political party saying we will have the majority. At Sly Media TV will bring you a program that takes a journey. It takes a journey into who is representing who. Which constituency is he representing? Is he the right candidate? What does he have to offer? Hashtag the candidate 2018 will be interviewing your candidates from your different constituencies. Be it senators, councillors, MPs, even the presidential candidates, and we hear their manifestos, we hear their promises. The good part is, as they promise, you will be able to interface with them. You'll be able to send your messages. You can even send us questions to ask them, what is it that is burning in your heart? If you are an aspiring candidate also, you might feel we'll leave you out or you feel left out. If you feel you have a manifesto to sell, you can contact us on the details on the bottom of our screen. Sly Media TV, building bridges.
Amos, okay,
maybe
okay.
Want to
For other middle names, you explain it yourself.
okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, recording. And as usual, we give you the program hashtag the candidate 2018, a program where we interview aspiring candidates, be it councillors, presidential, senatorial, and members of parliament. For those that want to come and be the guest in our studio, get in touch with us via our inbox or on the numbers that are also on the screen. My name is Robert Afmane. Today I am standing in for my brother Dog Vikela, and as usual we have an interesting guest, someone who says he can take Zimbabwe forward. Your guess is as good as mine. It's not for me. I hope by the end of the program most of us will have made our mind who we are going to vote for. The candidate that I'm talking about is presidential candidate for Congress, not a presidential candidate, but is the president of Congress for True Democracy, CTD. His name is Amos Ncube. Let's hear more from him. Mr. Ncube, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Tafman.
Congress for True Democracy. It's a political party. When was it established?
The Congress for True Democracy.
Speak up because the voters want to hear the party that they are going to vote for.
The Congress for True Democracy was formed in 2008, November 2008, and since then we have been working hard to make our voice known to the people.
How have you been making these your voters known? Because for me this is the first time that I'm hearing about Congress for True Democracy.
Sure. First of all, let me explain what brought us into the political arena in 2008. It was after a realization that the GNU at the time was not going to be sustainable. As a result, we decided to come up with a political commission that would, once time came, participate in local politics and bring about a sustainable solution to our ailing economy, and try and remove the gross suffering that the people of Zimbabwe are in right now. We also realize that the players at the time were not as committed to bringing about a permanent solution to the issues and problems that are affecting our nation. And in recent times, Tafumane, we have also realized that the leadership of the present regime cannot even account for the disappearance of its citizens. It cannot even apologize for the atrocities committed against some of the country's citizens, and is running an economy or an economic system that impoverishes the nation instead of an upliftment of the standard of living for the generality of the people of Zimbabwe. This is why we are here today. This is why we are in Zimbabwean politics. We want to challenge you rightfully mentioned the presidential candidate. I want to present myself to the people in that regard.
But we have seen quite a number of political parties mushrooming, especially in 2018. Looking at the statistics in Zimbabwe in terms of unemployment, it's so high. And for others, they are saying for the only job that you are assured now is becoming a politician. Once you are elected, you are into office, you are assured of your allowances, and then that's it. Is it not also part of the agenda of
the Congress for True Democracy? Yeah. No. We are committed to the removing or solving the problems, the economic problems of our nation, removing the suffering that our people are going through. A genuine commitment to development, which is not sectarian, a genuine commitment to development that will bring about an improvement in the performance of our economy positively. And we mean good business for the people of Zimbabwe. As a nation, we have been looking for a leadership that would take Zimbabwe to greater heights, take Zimbabwe to its destiny. And we have seen failure in that regard. So, as Congress for True Democracy, we are committed to dealing with the plight of the nation in its various facets.
But most political parties of the more than 118 that have notified the voters that they are going to participate, they are saying more or less the same thing that you are also saying. What says your political party as, or what will make the voters choose your political party as the one that is going to take the country forward and differentiate yourself from the rest?
As we progress, I will expose the nation to our vision and also our deliverables. We, as a political party, have a vision for Zimbabwe, For without a vision, people perish. We are, as a party, are going to create a Zimbabwe which is safe for everyone. A Zimbabwe from, let me say, from the health side, from the security side, from the finance side, the investment side, we are going to create a safe, a Zimbabwe that is safe for everyone.
Still on the one that you've mentioned, which is interesting, on the investment. The current government and the current leader, President Edi Mnangagwa, has also been all over the world saying Zimbabwe is open for business. Is he in the right direction? Or there is something that he is not doing that you can do as a political party once you are in government?
We are talking about a regime that pays a lot of lip service to its policies. We are 37 years after independence, and we have seen our economy not growing, but policies have been put in place that are supposed to direct or improve the lives of our countrymen. That has not happened. Good policy documents have been, let me say, manufactured, but in reality the opposite has happened. And I want to think that given the fact that it's the same regime, it is unlikely that we are going to be experiencing a real, let me say, real change or a real commitment that will translate to responding and addressing the needs of, responding to and addressing the needs of our people, the needs of Zimbabweans, which is bedeviled by high unemployment. The services are poor, industries are closing. We have seen a loss of jobs. We have seen heavy loss of jobs with the heavy social repercussions, and we need a commitment from us. We are saying we have that commitment to the nation once given the mandate to run the affairs of the land. Yes, we can talk about what we want to do, or they can talk about what they want to do, but we have seen, history has it that a lot is on paper and not in practice.
You are the presidential candidate for your party.
Sure.
Are you going to field candidates in council, National Assembly and senatorial positions throughout the country?
I must say that is our desire, that is our commitment, but elections or preparing for polls is like somebody who is preparing for to wed. You are never ready until the final day has come. So we are working towards that.
Okay. On the selection criteria of your candidates, is an academic qualification also one of the requirements?
Let me say, the choice of candidates rests with the people. This is where democracy comes in. But we also feel that the candidates that we are going to field should be able to interpret policies, should be able to understand the issues.
But still, Mr. Ngo,
Yes.
let's not go right around and round. I want this. The reason why I'm asking here is we have seen some councillors who have been elected in local authorities. We have seen some members of parliament who are also representing some voters from their different constituencies, failing to articulate the bills, acts that they are supposed to push maybe in parliament. Some of the councillors that are there, you cannot have someone who has 2 O-levels trying to pass a budget, a 400 million budget for local authority, and then that person is also given a post as the finance committee chairperson. Obviously, without talking much about it, there is nothing that you can expect from someone like that one. This is Zimbabwe, where literate rate is so high. So my question is it a requirement? Democracy, yes, will come, because this is what people want. People, I don't think there are people in Zimbabwe who are so educated as we are, who are going to elect someone who is a school dropper.
Yes. Thank you for raising that question. During my college studies, I carried out a study on the issue of councillors and working around, trying to find out how academically strong and equipped they were. The findings were interesting. Really, at that level, we have our constitutional requirements, which says a councillor, it doesn't specify any academic requirements for councillors. So, and councillors are people who are at local level who are supposed to make things happen for the people. I, as a political party, and given the opportunity to be in government, our councillors, for instance, will be encouraged to improve their skills. And it has to be continuous. And our MPs are expected to have at least some decent qualifications. And at that level also, being the lawmakers of the land, we hope that everyone will be, our candidates will be adequately equipped to find expression or function well at that level. But at local level, really, there is need for our councillors to work around their issues of qualifications or improving their qualifications. I've seen councillors now are pursuing university education. Some have diplomas, while others are behind. I think we will create the right environment for our councillors to be equipped in that direction.
With about 3 months or so before the elections, as a party, have we already have a manifesto in place?
Sure, we do have, and the details that we are discussing here are contained in that important document which we are going to be unveiling.
If you are going to win the 2018 general elections as a political party, and you are now the new government. What are the first 5 top priority things that you are going to do in the first 100 days?
First, we will look at issues of improving our economic welfare, or the economic welfare of the nation. We will look at issues of our relationship with the outside world. We believe Zimbabwe has had a damaged image, and we will seek to correct that. We will seek to motivate Zimbabweans to come up with a new culture, the work culture, where the issue of wealth creation is a collective responsibility, as opposed to the government doing everything for the people. Issues often around participation in the economy, issues around the welfare of the nation will be given priority in the first as soon as we come into government. We are a people now who have lost confidence, like in every type of let me say government. We are disrobed as a nation. We are looking for involvement in decision making, and possessing the vision for a better Zimbabwe. Oh, yes.
Okay, Mr. Nywe, still on bread and butter issues, the ordinary people, or the ordinary Zimbabweans, one of the issue that is affecting them is, if you wake up every day in the morning and you go in the urban or rural areas where there are banks, they are queues. Old people, young, they are outside queuing for cash. Some are even sleeping outside the bank. What is your party's position when it comes to solving the cash crisis in the country?
The cash crisis in Zimbabwe has been caused by a number of factors. First of all, poor planning has caused this crisis, and it's worrying that today our people, Zimbabweans, have to spend time in the queues looking for money. It shows that we have not planned for the welfare of the nation well, or the present regime has not planned for the welfare of the nation well. The permanent solution to our cash crisis is having our own currency. But the Congress for True Democracy is going to consult widely in that regard. We have seen that every stopgap measure, every effort in trying to resolve the cash crisis in Zimbabwe has not had a permanent effect. So we will consult widely and come up with a solution to the cash crisis in Zimbabwe. Money has to be in the banks. The banking confidence in the banks has to be generated. The security of the people's money or investment in the banks must be achieved, and that is our commitment. We will work towards an economic environment that is protective of the investment of the nation, with money playing a pivotal role or a key role in coming up, in formulating our fiscal policy.
As we are in the campaign period, as we head towards the elections, we have heard the complaints from other political parties, from other political players, that the playing field is not even. What's your take on that?
I would want to agree with my colleagues in that regard. We still have legal reforms that have not been implemented. We still have laws that do not answer well to freedom of expression, to freedom of participation, to freedom of choice. Such lends our campaigning environment to a certain level of unevenness. So the playing field is not level. It is, I believe there are efforts now towards maybe addressing those issues, but you can't, Mr. Tafumane, close the gate after the horses have bolted. We needed these legal reforms were supposed to have been done way back, and access to communities achieved. At the moment, people are not sure. We are from, we may be recovering from a culture of fear, or where fear was institutionalized, and it's still in the minds of the voting public, and that has the people have to be healed of that. They have to derive they have to let me say, not derive, but they have to within themselves generate some confidence, and confidence even in the system that they are safe. This is why I was initially talking about a safe environment, a safe Zimbabwe for everyone.
Diverting you a little bit from your party vision and policy.
Sure.
Recently, the war veterans, the liberation fighters, demanded that among some of the things that they want, because they fought in the war of liberation, is to have to import their private cars duty free, is also to pass through the toll gates without paying the toll fees, and also to park for free in all the urban centers across the country. What's your take on that?
I believe issues that have to do with the welfare of the nation, or the welfare of certain sectors of our economy, have to be holistic. We have to run away or move away from sectarian or partisan approaches to solving issues that affect either particular groups of our communities, or particular groups, or particular institutions. We have to be universal in our area of addressing the welfare of the nation. We give war veterans those privileges. Other people will start demanding the same. So you will not be addressing people's concerns well if you operate in a sectarian and partisan manner. There's nothing wrong with the war veterans like demanding those privileges. Surely we understand the major role which they played towards the liberation of our country. But let's not be sectarian. Let us not be partisan. Let us not be special, be a special group of people and demand certain services. Well, we have to address issues of poverty in our country holistically. And it's interesting to see how the present regime is going to do it without creating a ripple effect.
Assuming that by October, November, you are in power, you are the new government, and you are the president, the parliament is now sitting. Which legislation are you going to do away with, and why?
There are so many draconian laws. They are which need attention, and I may not list all of them.
Maybe one or two.
Yes, at the moment we are looking we're talking about issues of lack of freedom. Freedom in the sense of in the sense that we can't function as political parties without the interference of government, maybe operatives. Though the availability of security personnel is critical for the safety of every group or gathering, but then it's done in such a way that does not meet the or offends or takes away certain qualities or certain freedoms, particularly to those that will be running certain meetings. We will address laws that indeed inhibit our economic performance, laws that will deal with investment, laws that will deal with business practices, laws that will deal with improvement of our economy, as it were. We are not operating like in isolation. We want to integrate like regionally. It is our commitment once in government to come up with the legislation that will promote, let me say, the welfare of the nation from every angle or every facet you can think about. At the moment, we are not growing. Our economy is not growing. And the legal institution or the legal area has to be dealt with very aggressively.
A lot of ordinary people, the Zimbabweans, they've been complaining about a bloated cabinet where we have quite a number of ministries. Some are saying they are useless. Then we have deputy ministers. Then we have governors. We have district administrators. Looking at your government, assuming that you'll be in power, how many ministries should we look forward to?
I would about 20 or 25 within years. That area is of great concern because there are so much resources that are going towards maintaining that kind of arrangement. So there would be need for us once in government to see that the ministries or appropriate ministries only are created to service our economy as opposed to the bloated kind of arrangement which is in place. Another problem is that part of the constitution, because the numbers that we have, certain figures outlined in our constitution, so there will be need to amend the constitution in that direction so that we can operate efficiently and effectively. We feel that is important, that we have a smaller, manageable government, so that the resources of the nation are channeled towards needy areas. We have issues maybe of child nutrition, issues of health, lack of drugs at the moment, essential drugs, and access to medical services is critical. Certain funds would have to be channeled towards improving the welfare of the nation.
As we go towards the end of the program, we have seen quite a number of political parties going into coalitions because they are saying together they are strong. Your political party, is it in talks with other political parties so that you form a coalition, or are you going to join another coalition that are existing now so that you fight as one voice in the upcoming elections?
We believe that our coalition has to be with the people. We want to be where the people are. We want to be as much as possible be where the people are, and we understand that there is a need maybe for coalitions, but let's bear in mind that we coalesce for as long as we are of one mind and are moving in the same direction. There is a likelihood of a difference in terms of ideology and approach to the solution of the plight of Zimbabwe, as it were. So, like, we would want to be with people who have the concern of our country at heart, and not pursue self-gain or self-interest.
In other words, you are not in talks for coalition with any other political party?
For that reason, yes.
Okay.
But we are not ruling out the fact that we may find ourselves talking to one or two political parties and move in the same direction. For as long as we are democratic, share the same ideologies, we will then, or same ideology will move. We believe there's not going to be harm in us maybe coalescing with those interested political parties.
Your last words, Mr. Ncube. Why should Robert Afumane and Sesedzai Mavedzenge vote for Congress for True Democracy?
We want to create one Zimbabwe. We are saying one Zimbabwe, one nation. And we are saying together we can make things happen. We are saying no to authoritarianism. We are saying no to poverty. We are saying no to sectarian approaches to solving the issues or that are bedeviling our country. We are a democratic political party. We want to involve the voice of the people in every in our planning processes, engage various stakeholders. We believe that Zimbabwe we cannot achieve the welfare of the nation single-handedly. We have NGOs, we have organizations, with multinational organizations. We have prominent individuals in our community who can be very useful in bringing about the desired contributions towards our destiny. We are saying vote for CTD, vote for me as the leader of Zimbabwe, and together we can make it happen.
Political parties during this time, they are remembered for some phrases that they create so that voters are continuously reminded of that. If you look at Joyce Mujuru, there is Joyce is my choice. Then there is hashtag ED as my vote. Then other parties also, they use what fair office. What should the voters remember Congress for True Democracy with?
Together as one. Together we can make it happen.
Together as one. Together we can make it happen. These are the words from Mr. Amos Ncube, who is the presidential candidate for Congress for True Democracy, ZimdiTv. And as you have heard, they are also going to be contesting in the 2018 general election. And he has said in the first 100 days, this is what he is going. The program, it will still be here on Sly Media Productions. Thank you very much for joining us today, Mr. Ncube. All the best in the forthcoming elections.
Thank you so much, Mr. Afumane.
I hope we'll be having another interview now as HE, His Excellency, Mr. Amos Ncube.
We are moving towards that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, viewers. See you next time.
Your views and comments are welcome on the program. Remember to like our Facebook page and our YouTube channel and be the first to see as it happens. Watching TV on the go. Sly ZimdiTv, building bridges. Your views and comments are welcome on the program. Remember to like our Facebook page and our YouTube channel and be the first to see as it happens. Watching TV on the go. Sly ZimdiTv, building bridges. Your views and comments are welcome.
Hello viewers, my name is Dog Vikela and you're watching Sly Media TV. This is 2018, the year for the harmonized general elections in Zimbabwe. The year the excitement is shooting over the roof. These political parties saying we've got it in the bag. These political parties saying we will have the majority. At Sly Media TV will bring you a program that takes a journey. It takes a journey into who is representing who. Which constituency is he representing? Is he the right candidate? What does he have to offer? Hashtag the candidate 2018 will be interviewing your candidates from your different constituencies, be it senators, councillors, MPs, even the presidential candidates, and we hear their manifestos, we hear their promises. The good part is, as they promise, you will be able to interface with them. You'll be able to send your messages. You can even send us questions to ask them, what is it that is burning in your heart? If you are an aspiring candidate also, you might feel we'll leave you out or you feel left out. If you feel you have a manifesto to sell, you can contact us on the details on the bottom of our screen. Sly Media TV, building bridges. Hello viewers, my name is Dog Vikela and you're watching Sly Media TV. This is 2018, the year for the harmonized general elections in Zimbabwe. The year the excitement is shooting over the roof. These political parties saying we've got it in the bag. These political parties saying we will have the majority. At Sly Media TV will bring you a program that takes a journey. It takes a journey into who is representing who. Which constituency is he representing? Is he the right candidate? What does he have to offer? Hashtag the candidate 2018 will be interviewing your candidates from your different constituencies, be it senators, councillors, MPs, even the presidential candidates, and we hear their manifestos, we hear their promises. The good part, they promise you will be able to interface with them. You'll be able to send your messages. You can even send us questions to ask them, what is it that is burning in your heart? If you are an aspiring candidate also, you might feel we'll leave you out or you feel left out. If you feel you have a manifesto to sell, you can contact us on the details on the bottom of our screen. Sly Media TV, building bridges. Hello viewers, my name is Dog Vikela and you're watching Sly Media TV. This is 2018, the year for the harmonized general elections in Zimbabwe. The year the excitement is shooting over the roof. These political parties saying we've got it in the bag. These political parties saying we will have the majority. At Sly Media TV will bring you a program that takes a journey. It takes a journey into who is representing who. Which constituency is he representing? Is he the right candidate? What does he have to offer? Hashtag the candidate 2018 will be interviewing your candidates from your different constituencies, be it senators, councillors, MPs, even the presidential candidates, and we hear their manifestos, we hear their promises. The good part is, as they promise, you will be able to interface with them. You'll be able to send your messages. You can even send us questions to ask them, what is it that is burning in your heart? If you are an aspiring candidate also, you might feel we'll leave you out or you feel left out. If you feel you have a manifesto to sell, you can contact us on the details on the bottom of our screen. Sly Media TV, building bridges. Hello viewers, my name is Dog Vikela and you're watching Sly Media TV. This is 2018, the year for the harmonized general elections in Zimbabwe. The year the excitement is shooting over the roof. These political parties saying we've got it in the bag. These political parties saying we will have the majority. At Sly Media TV will bring you a program that takes a journey. It takes a journey into who is representing who. Which constituency is he representing? Is he the right candidate? What does he have to offer? Hashtag the candidate 2018 will be interviewing your candidates from your different constituencies, be it senators, councillors, MPs, even the presidential candidates, and we hear their manifestos, we hear their promises. The good part is, as they promise, you will be able to interface with them. You'll be able to send your messages. You can even send us questions to ask them, what is it that is burning in your heart? If you are an aspiring candidate also, you might feel we'll leave you out or you feel left out. If you feel you have a manifesto to sell, you can contact us on the details on the bottom of our screen. Sly Media TV, building bridges. Hello viewers, my name is Dog Vikela and you're watching Sly Media TV. This is 2018, the year for the harmonized general elections in Zimbabwe. The year the excitement is shooting over the roof. This political party saying we've got it in the bag. This political party saying we will have the majority. At Sly Media TV we bring you a program that takes a journey. It takes a journey into who is representing who. Which constituency is he representing? Is he the right candidate? What does he have to offer? Hashtag the candidate 2018 will be interviewing your candidates from your different constituencies, be it senators, councillors, MPs, even the presidential candidates, and we hear their manifestos, we hear their promises. The good part is, as they promise, you will be able to interface with them. You'll be able to send your messages. You can even send us questions to ask them, what is it that is burning in your heart? If you are an aspiring candidate also, you might feel we'll leave you out or you feel left out. If you feel you have any manifesto to sell, you can contact us on the details on the bottom of our screen. Sly Media TV, building bridges. Hello viewers, my name is Dog Vikela and you're watching Sly Media TV. This is 2018, the year for the harmonized general elections in Zimbabwe. The year the excitement is shooting over the roof. This political party saying we've got it in the bag. This political party saying we will have the majority. At Sly Media TV we bring you a program that takes a journey. It takes a journey into who is representing who. Which constituency is he representing? Is he the right candidate? What does he have to offer? Hashtag the candidate 2018 will be interviewing your candidates from your different constituencies, be it senators, councillors, MPs, even the presidential candidates, and we hear their manifestos, we hear their promises. The good part is, as they promise, you will be able to interface with them. You'll be able to send your messages. You can even send us questions to ask them, what is it that is burning in your heart? If you are an aspiring candidate also, you might feel we'll leave you out or you feel left out. If you feel you have any manifesto to sell, you can contact us on the details on the bottom of our screen. Sly Media TV, building bridges.